Okay, so I guess we're live. All right, guys. Fam, for the technical difficulties, we are streaming live with Restream and something a little different. So it takes a little getting used to.
Most definitely it does, yeah, for sure. I mean,
How
but
are
it's
you,
it's
DJ?
been. I'm good, Sir JJ. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, yeah. Saturday, there's a flash flood in North Carolina, in some parts of Carolina, and I got a warning this morning that I shouldn't be traveling unless it's necessary. So, so
Wow, really?
yeah, it's I'm inside right now, but the rain has kind of died down a bit and everything. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, be safe, my brother.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And then we got Vegan Knowledge with us. How are you? Think she's muted.
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, I think I can hear her.
Okay, I
Yeah.
think she went out and she's going to try to maybe come back in. That was weird because on my end it didn't show that she was muted.
Oh yeah, yeah. She wasn't muted on my like I can see that she was muted as well. So
Huh.
yeah, I think it's yeah, it takes for people that are not too technically savvy to start with. So reaching can be a bit different.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
even for the technically savvy as well, it can be different. So it takes some getting to used to for sure.
Right.
So, but yeah, yeah, it's
I'm
everything
not
should.
I'm not technically oblivious, but when you start a new interface, it just takes. And this is actually I've only been working with this interface for maybe 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yep, yep. It takes some
So
getting
not
used
too
to.
shabby, but
Not too shabby.
it's
Yeah, for sure,
but
for
it's how
sure.
you react to things, right?
How
It's not
you
the end of
react
the
to
world.
things,
Started stream a little late.
that's the
People to
way.
be used to that with me by now. That's why I renamed my show Six Ish.
6 6, man.
I literally changed it to live at Six Ish. King C and all those guys, they know.
They know about. Okay, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Glad the kid at 6 ish, man. Shout out to Cat
um,
itself, man.
so yeah, we wanted to let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and bring Vegan Knowledge back in.
Hmm.
All right, you there? No, I can't.
Get it.
What would be the issue with that? That's weird.
Um, did you? That's weird. Yeah. Which phone is she? Is she using an iPhone as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
she normally just gets on with her iPhone like that.
Hmm. Man, yeah. Because I mean, unless she's unmuted, is she wearing headsets?
You even see me on
Oh,
the
it's
screen?
better.
Yeah, you're
I don't see myself. Oh, okay. So look.
Okay, there's a feedback. There's a feedback.
yeah. There's a lot of feedback. Here, try putting this headset on.
Yeah. Shout out to Tap In. Back to yourself. Yeah, man. This looks amazing. It does, man. I can't wait until y'all use it. It's really cool, man. Like just the background you can see, with the chat overlay on it. It's great. You can even decide to turn off the chat overlay. It's a beautiful thing, you know. But yeah, yeah, that's Restream for you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty cool. I like it.
man. I like the background that you got there, Sister JJ. I see you rocking it. Yeah,
I like that. That's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And you can even add background music. They have some sample background music that you can play with, lounge music. If you want rock music, whatever, man, they got it. They got it for you. So it's real cool. Yeah.
You mean like that?
Yep. Uh huh. Like that.
So we got a little something something going on.
This is super cool. Yeah.
This is it's pretty bizarre that we can't get Jen in here.
She where is she on
How about now? Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. Better.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. I had to set up the microphone in here, like from where the audio
Ah.
is. Thing.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay. Yeah.
Cool beans. All right. Well, as you can tell, guys, and shout out to Tab, shout out to everybody in New Media. You guys know we are a family, and it is awesome to see everybody and talk to everybody today. So we're going to talk about a couple of NBA athletes who have decided, for all intents and purposes, to go vegan for health reasons. And some of them have, gone vegan for different reasons. But you've got Kyle Irving, you've got JaVale McGee, Wilson Chandler, and Jaleel Okafor have gone vegan. And so we've got a couple of videos that we're going to play for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and start with the first one that talks about one of the reasons why these guys have considered going vegan.
The largest, strongest land animals on this planet are all strict plant eaters, strict herbivores. Yeah. So elephants, rhinos, giraffes, hippos, cows, moose, deer, so on. And I also point out to people that Western civilization was built on the back of herbivores. When we needed to pull plows or lift, the stones that they used to make the cathedrals in Europe via pulleys, we didn't hitch, those machines up, the plows and the pulleys and so forth up to lions, tigers, and bears. We hitched them to horses and oxen because it's only the plant eaters that have the strength and the stamina to do the kind of work it took to build Western civilization. And, so there is more than enough protein in plant foods. As I often point out to people, all protein is initially made by plants. Any protein you find in animal tissues is actually recycled plant protein. So you don't need to have animal protein. And not only don't you need it, but you shouldn't have it because animal protein is toxic to our system.
Wow. I mean, I don't know, how else to put that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's insane, man. You know what I mean?
Insane, yeah. I mean, it's because we've been taught a certain way of eating for most of our lives, especially from the communities that we live in, that we are based in. Like I can tell you, my culture, in
Yeah.
in Ivory Coast, we love just African culture in general. We love eating meat. We love
Yeah.
eating fish. We love eating those. Like it's just part of our lives. It's really hard to change that. So when you are provided such information, now you kind of have to rethink that and pretty much reprogram everything that you've been taught all the false information that you've been taught in regards to just animal protein in general, because they teach you that animal protein is good for you, you need that for your muscles and all of that. But just getting that
Right.
from a credible source is it's really it's different. It's interesting.
And it's a learned behavior, you know. It's not anything that we were born naturally to eat. You know, Jen always talks about, you know, if you put up a piece of meat or a vegetable in front of a baby, they naturally gravitate towards the vegetable. You know what I mean?
That's
So it's pretty crazy, you know. Shout out to Self. I see you, Self. But yeah, you know, JaVale McGee and those guys also, you know, are doing that. Here's what I'm going to do. If you give me 1 second, I'm going to mute myself. I'm just going to see if she just wants to sit where I'm sitting and just talk on my thing, because I don't know what's happening, because this is more or less her stream. So hold on 1 second.
No problem. So family, you guys enjoying the music out here? This is different. Love it. Shout out to Sister Jen JB. Yo, make sure y'all go subscribe, like and subscribe. You know, like the content. You know, share the content so that they be you know, her content is out there. You know, because she provides a lot of great insights on a lot of things. Man, shout out to Danetta. What's going on? What's going on, Queen? You know, shout out to Tap In, man. Shout out to Brother Rev, Confuses Midhouse. Shout out to South Mace Sicario, Know Soups. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
And I can hear you guys. Perfect. Thank you.
Very good. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to Vegan Knowledge as well. She has a YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, everything.
Thank you for having me on the New Media family.
Oh man, New Media is a family, man. I appreciate you. And Vegan Knowledge, guys, is going to be V as in Victor, EGANOWLEDG as in golf, E as in Edward. So Vegan Knowledge, right? Vegan Knowledge. Make sure y'all tune in, man. She's the New Media doctor right here.
I don't know about that, but I will try.
For sure. But yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's great. I mean, I love the fact that we have such diverse channels. You know, you have Tap In, who talks about animes and sports. You know, Self Made, you know, talks about sports. He has his diverse personality and all. Brother Rev, everybody brings something different to the table, you know. So it's great.
Right, that's going to be absolutely cool.
Yeah.
And I love the way Jen put Vegan Knowledge without the K, right?
Yeah. I noticed that the other day. I was like, yo, this don't you notice?
It was so it like ran right into it, like Vegan Knowledge.
Yeah.
Even though the K is silent anyway, but still, I had to make it difficult. But yeah, I'm really excited to talk about this because I know we have so many like sports fans on New Media, especially basketball, with all the different channels. And I think there's like a myth out there that you're going to be like small or weak, or that you can't get enough protein on a vegan diet. And what we're finding is so many more athletes, they're healing quicker, like their injuries are going away quicker. These top athletes that are plant-based, and they're like at their highest level, they're saying they never had so much like energy, and it's like just dispelling those myths. And some of them are really big, like muscular. So it also takes that away, that you can't build muscle without animal protein.
Most definitely. Yeah, it's interesting. That's what I was telling Sister J, like how I've been taught my whole life, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people. And you talked about earlier, you and Sister JJ, one of your you know, her previous episodes, you know, on this channel, that since we're young, we're taught a certain way to eat, a certain diet to eat, and everything. So it's kind of like when you do find new information, from credible sources. Now you kind of have to reprogram the way you think about just animal protein in general. I can imagine my case because that's pretty much mostly part of my diet. Now having to change that and everything, I can imagine though my body will feel much better and I'll feel much healthier in a way once I do get all these toxins out because it's a lot of toxins just in just meat itself, you know.
Definitely. And meat and dairy, like those are two things we talked about on the last one that we did about the reversing diabetes, that the mainstream media is not really going to put out there in a big way. Like you might see a little snippet here and there on the end of the news, like, could plants be good for you? And then, like, that's it. They go right off of it because a lot of these channels are sponsored by people that are in the industry, the meat, dairy, pharmaceutical. You can see so many advertisements on TV. They can't come on talking against their own products. So that's why I'm glad that, you know, channels like us can put out good news and good information that's true.
Most definitely, most definitely. I think it's really important, yeah, and that's why I always say, you know, what you and Sister J and J are doing are very important. You know, I think especially in this space right now, in the health climate that we do live in, you know, with a lot of these, um, you know, a lot of these false information that's going on right now with regards to the vaccine, what we eat, what we put in our bodies. I always tell Sister JJ and you, I'm a victim of, we're all victims, you know, but I've lived, man, just going through the healthcare system and having to, you know, being taught what I have to eat, you know, as a diabetic, uh,
Right.
you know, the food that I have to intake. It's like it really. I was sick at that time, and it even made me more sick, you know, physically by what I was even hearing from them, you know. And I feel like it's so important in my journey because just like life is a journey, health is a journey as well. Because you can, you know, you can't intake all types of new information every day just to make yourself better. But sometimes you will go through trial and error, you know, especially knowing um, which nutritionist to kind of consult with, people, information that you the wrong information that you don't want to obviously. Sometimes you feel like it's the right information, but then you end up
Right.
having the wrong information. But I feel like it's a journey for all of us, really.
Definitely. And I think that, like we were talking about, it's also like, okay, great. I know this is how I can be, but how do you get there? And that's one of the things I want to talk more about. And I know Dawn does, J&J does a lot of stuff on that too. Like, how do
Don't
you,
tell people my real name.
I know, right? The AKA J&J, right?
My government name.
That's right. We don't want to tell her real name. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, like we talk about, this is how you can do it. Like I know she puts a lot of stuff out. Like here's an exercise you can do or something you can listen to help get your mind right. And that's the thing, I want to put a lot of information on the channel too. Okay, great. You're telling me all this stuff, but I've been eating meat my whole life. How do I get there? How do I do it? And then we can come up with like ideas I can share on things that I eat, things that other people eat, recipes that you will not technically miss any of the meat because you'll be getting all your nutrients and you'll be getting, your body will start feeling so good.
Yeah, most
Just a
definitely.
little bit at a time. Even if you can't do it all, cut out maybe a couple different replacements for dairy to get low cholesterol, lower that, and then do a little bit more. Like I was telling somebody the other day, just do like a meatless Monday and try some different things.
Mhm. That's really a great advice because I think that at the end of the day, it's easy to kind of get into the mindset of, man, I got to do everything right
Right.
now, and especially with like such a lifestyle, it does take gradual change. You know what I mean? Getting the perfect body or getting the perfect nutrition doesn't happen in one day.
Hmm.
Rome wasn't built in one day, so it took it some time to get to to build that an empire. So I think you brought up a great point Sister Jan. I think at the end of the day, we got to make sure that we, we take those careful changes, like you said, meatless Mondays, or even educating ourselves and giving ourselves a chance to, because we may think the thing with us humans is that we're very stubborn in our ways, especially when we have a certain habit of doing the same thing. So when we do receive new information and facts, facts, not just new information, because there's all types of informations out there, as you know. But when we do receive facts, we gotta be receptive to it, right? So
Speaking of that, proof is what is really what people need, and if these are people
That's
that
right.
we see and are doing it, like, and
Exactly.
feel so good and got rid of their, diseases and things,
Yep.
it proves it, like without having to see information, and especially people, like, this video that Don put together of all the, plant-based athletes.
Let's
Exactly.
actually, speaking of that, let's go ahead and take a quick look at it. I didn't actually do it. It was something that Jen sent to me on YouTube, and I thought it was really interesting. And we thought, we're trying to tie a lot of what we're saying into athleticism and sport. And a lot of these sports figures, like, LeBron James in the meditation, you see him on the Calm commercials. A lot of them take this mind and body very seriously because it affects their careers. We always talk about how Lonzo's thinking in his mind, if he's in a different zone, you might see a different Lonzo that night. And so a lot of these athletes, they take mind and body very seriously because it actually, if they get paid to take it seriously. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and throw this video on real quick, and then we'll go ahead and go into each player, a little bit about each player.
It's up again. Durant locks it up, dump over Kevin Love. It electrifies Oracle. The Warriors. The highlight dunks of the year. That got Nurkic up. Look out.
Wow.
So did that was pretty broken up, huh?
No, I could hear it.
I could see. Yeah, that was fine with me.
Okay.
I think it might have just been on your end, maybe, because I could see it.
Okay.
Usually I can't. I'm the one with all the technical
I got to
difficulties.
get that MacBook Pro, DZ.
I got you, sis. I got you.
This was more like focused on the guy basketball guys, but Serena and Venus Williams are both plant-based too, and we all know the level that they play at as well. Speaking of like some women too, so it's really cool.
What I did was I broke up the video and created a couple of overlays based on the athletes, what it said about them, and starting with Kyrie Irving, it's saying the animals. He said the animals and all that. I had to get energy from that, so my energy is up.
I had to get away from that, so my energy is up. My body feels amazing.
And I mean, it's true. Just since I've gone plant-based, I feel absolutely way lighter and a lot more cognizant. I don't have headaches. I don't really suffer with like sweats like I used to. And I'm telling you, it is amazing. Just since I've stopped eating meat.
Yeah, exactly. It feels. I can imagine how much it feels, because for me, I remember when I went, I did intermittent fasting,
and I did not have any meat, right? And I was just focusing on just eating vegetables, plants, and everything. As much as hard as it was in the beginning, because I was depriving myself from eating, my whole body count changed and all of that, but it was good. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that bear in mind that was post surgery, so I wasn't allowed to eat any meat, not no solids or anything like that. As hard as it was, as you know, since my energy levels were really down and everything, I was sharper. I thought sharper. You know what I mean? And it was much better. You know,
And then you find, like, after a while, like, you can kind of, we were talking about this before, they eat, like, tofu has protein, but you can cook it up to almost taste exactly like meat, like, in so many ways. I showed Dawn a picture yesterday, this air fryer, air fried tofu. It looked just like ribs, like barbecue. Like, it looked really good. And
We gotta try that.
so many,
Shout
like,
out to Cream Royalty.
Hey, Cream. They've got so many replacement things now with protein in them, but also, like, we've tried so many of them that you can really, it's amazing how these taste. Like, not to eat processed all the time, but like we talk about the Beyond Meat all the time. It's crazy.
And then we've got JaVale McGee. And it says here, JaVale went vegan the summer before winning the title with the Golden State Warriors. The summer before winning the title. Okay, not after. So stands to reason that once he changed his diet, it took him to a whole nother level that helped him help his team win a championship. You know?
And exactly. And JaVale McGee has won multiple championships with the Golden State Warriors as well as the Los Angeles Lakers as well. And so he's always stayed, had his body conditioned, really well conditioned. I know he has asthma.
Yeah.
So especially with such a condition as asthma, shout out to JaVale McGee for handling
taking it in his own hands.
Exactly, because a lot of athletes or just people in general would not look at themselves and be like, what are the changes I can make to make my body even better, even if I'm still affected by the asthma? What can I do?
Dairy, I remember saying you guys before, puts a lot of mucus, and I've heard people that cut out dairy have really improved asthma.
I can attest to it. Anytime, like just putting creamer in my coffee, eating pizza, I notice that my chest gets filled with phlegm. When I don't eat it for a while and then I go back to eating it, my chest gets filled with phlegm. And that is crazy. So, I mean, I've cut it out permanently now. I have not had a pizza in weeks. And I've made up my mind that I'm going to keep it that way because that's just not a good feeling.
And the other thing with that is, like, the allergies too. It's wild how that might have something to do with the mucus, but a lot of people report that their, like, seasonal allergies go away, and mine did completely. I haven't had them in like 3 years almost, and I had them since I was a kid. So I'm sure that played a good part in maybe helping him manage, his symptoms of that. And
most definitely. I mean, it's it's very easy to look at athletes and be like, they got the best diet, they got the best chefs and everything, so they must be, just because they're athletes means that they should be able to perform well. But that just doesn't tell you the whole story. At the end of the day, it's all about really what you put in your body, the nutrients that you put in your body in order to perform at a high level. Talent can only take you so far.
Right.
Your body can only take you so far. It's what you put in it in order to kind of maximize that performance. Whether you're an athlete or you're just just normal human beings like us, everyday human beings that go to work, that come back, that just do normal things. So even as humans, I think I gotta do it myself as well. So I'm learning every single day. But I think it's important in order to kind of lessen the depression and times where we feel tired and everything. Our bodies are feeling like, what, we just want to give up and just go to sleep and not do anything. I think definitely living a vegan lifestyle or just a lifestyle that's very has a where you eat a lot of vegetables and you lessen your meat your meat consumption, I think that that definitely will help you think better in a lot of ways. Your mind will be sharper and you'll be able to actually deal with a lot of the pressures that you may deal with, whether that's at school, at work, or anything like that. So yeah, I think that's very important. It's how you react to things, like you always say, Sir JJ.
That's it. You
It's how you
know.
react to things, and I think especially after going through health scares.
Yeah.
But even it's more important to avoid these health scares. I think you got to do the work before it comes in. If it comes in and all that, you took the precautions. Sometimes, obviously, that's out of your control, but you want to mitigate a lot of these issues that do obviously have to come later in your life and everything. So, whatever you can do right now to take care of yourself, eating, great. I think that's good. And I think from whatever I've learned from you and Sister Jan, JJ, I think it's really important that I implement that as well as in my life. And I'm a work in progress for sure, man, but I think that's essential.
We
Right.
all are, for
Yeah,
sure. Work in progress. I
yeah,
think that's one of the coolest things. There's not a cure for a whole lot of things. There's a pill you can take to manage it sometimes, but doing
Then
this
you
can
have side
actually
effects from the
reverse it.
pills.
You can reverse things with this, and that's what's amazing about it. Like the stuff that plants have in them and foods and taking in certain foods, eliminating certain foods. People never, even doctors don't put that much emphasis on it. And if you think about it, and not all doctors, but some are having to push the medicines, unfortunately.
Well, see, and then they have a ton of
mm,
side effects. Vegetables, you don't have any side effects. When you try to cure yourself through a whole food diet, you don't have side effects unless you have food allergies.
mhm,
And that also may be a way to get rid of those food allergies. I mean, it helps the immune system clean the body up. It strengthens the immune system. That's what it does by eating a plant based diet, because that's what your body was naturally meant to eat. So when you put in your body what you were naturally meant to eat, your body then takes that and uses it to repair itself. So if
yeah,
you've got conditions, if you've got issues, if you've broken bones, it even helps your bones heal faster. It's like having the best synthetic oil in your engine, basically.
that's right. That's
Good
right.
point.
Exactly.
So after going vegan in 2016, Wilson Chandler had the best statistical season in his entire career after going vegan,
Wow.
you
Wow.
know?
That's another thing with like a lot of guys. If somebody had said, maybe even in my opinion, like 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, hey, talking to their teammates, like, I'm going to go do this plant thing. It's like, oh, you ain't even going to be able to, you know what I mean? Dunk the ball. You're not going to be able to push people out of the way. You're going to get too skinny and this and that. And you're not going to play at your same level. But what ends up happening as more of these guys are doing this and showing that they're at a higher level, it'll catch on for more. I'm sure we'll see more vegan athletes too.
And then the last one we've got is the main cause of the knee being swollen was dairy. Jalil Okafor said, "I cut out dairy. Now I'm just all out vegan." And that's
That's
four
that
major
inflammation.
athletes that are attesting to this. Cade Cunningham, another one.
Wow. The amazing thing, Sister J and J, and
Yeah.
Sister Jen, I've never really been the type to drink a lot of milk. Every time I eat milk, I drink milk. I end up, feeling weird. My stomach, I have stomach issues and all that. Like, so I just avoid milk at all costs.
Right.
It's just not me. Even yogurt. I told you I used to like the raw yogurt when I was young, kid, but I always had stomach issues after that.
We have this joke running. We're like, well, because we're not baby cows.
Yeah, we're not baby cows.
We're the only species, if you think about it, that's drinking
Oh
the
my
milk
God.
of another, mammal. If you think about it, it's kind of weird, like because we've been so programmed to think that's what we do, that's what we drink. And I really sat and thought about it. It was like a year after I had been eating this way, and I saw like enough posts on it. And I'm like, yeah, wait a minute. Why are we need our mother's milk in the beginning, but there's so many other good things out there. Like I'm not, because like you said, it would upset my stomach sometimes too, but we all just think, well, that's normal because everybody's almost a little bit lactose intolerant. And I'm like, wait a minute, we are lactose intolerant because something is wrong with this. I'm going to almond milk.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I never understood is like, why is that person considered lactose intolerant and I'm not? You know what I mean? It's like, aren't humans in general lactose intolerant? Because whatever we're drinking, that milk, who knows what's there in there?
But you know what I found out too is like Dr. Mills, the guy that we had on the beginning, he said that like literally that's why when you cut out dairy, it could be like we all think about lactose intolerant is my stomach hurts or, you know, I don't feel good. I have an upset stomach. But literally like when people are talking about their asthma going away, their allergies going away, some people's knees heal up it's like you can see eliminating it. Like we're all lactose intolerant in some way. It just, how does it manifest itself? Could be like something you would never think had anything to do with dairy. And we talked before about last stream too, or a couple streams ago, like all the things they have out now. They've done such a good job of putting together plants to make it taste like this. They've got Country Crock's got plant butter. They've got Hellman's vegan mayo that tastes exactly the same. They've got like so many things like almond milk, oat milk, everything. Like,
wow, almond milk. I heard a lot about that, and every time I drink almond
I love it.
Oh my goodness me, it gets me right. I may get some almond milk tonight. Yeah, you just gave me a good reminder, Sister Jen and Jen. I'm gonna go and get some almond milk after this stream.
I like the vanilla almond milk. I would even put it in like Ben and Jerry's non-dairy ice cream.
Oh my goodness me, go! Don't get me started.
you try a milkshake with the Ben and Jerry's vegan ice cream and
Ben and Jerry's makes a good vegan ice cream, man.
I don't know
it
what
is really
doing.
Good.
They do, man. The Ben and Jerry's, man, they go crazy, man. I don't know what they put as well, Sister J and J, but whatever they put in there, man, they make it taste nice, man. That's good. Yeah, I mean, there's so many, and that's what a lot of people don't want to talk about, especially in the healthcare industry. There's so many better alternatives, substitutions that we can actually, you know, replace right now. You know what I mean? That will taste the same, you know, as the food that we actually eating right now. You know, but the issue is that the substitutions that the healthcare industry is providing, some of them are very bad substitutions, man. You cannot tell me, okay, you cannot eat butter, but then you have a butter that's, you know, that's even worse than what the substitution that you're providing. So I think a resource like Vegan Knowledge, you always provide, and Sister J and J, you guys always provide great resources for people to actually go to these websites and look at the great options, understand why the substitutions are better than the food that we're actually eating right now, and why they are better than other substitutions. So I think that's essential. So I think even providing a resource to all of us, you know, will be great, so that at least we know where to look at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, this has been a fabulous stream. I hope it's helped some of you. I hope it's been informative for some of you. And, you know, we're going to do that fasting, bruh. We're going to do that Monday and Tuesday. Self-Made and I have kind of made a little two-way pact that we're going to fast together on Mondays and Tuesdays. And, you know, I mean, I was really impressed to find out this young man does a 2-day fast every week. I did that Saturday and Sunday a couple of weeks ago, and I've gone as long as 20-day fasting before, water only. and I mean, I'm telling you, it cleans out. That was one of the best times, that a couple weekends ago when I did that. I felt so good, and it will not hurt you to do that twice a week. So, and we trying to bring Queen Royalty in on it. So she said she was going to try to do it with us this week, right, Queen? Monday and Tuesday, no food. Even if you do one of the days, that's good. Start out with one of them, and then maybe you can go 2 days back to back. You know what I mean?
Sure.
No, I mean, I can't do it. I've got to just go with my vegetables. I can't.
Girl, you wear $1.05 now. It's dangerous for you to fast. You don't need to be doing no fasting.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm putting the good stuff in. I'm gonna eat
That's
the good
right.
stuff because I don't like to go. You know, I mean, I could have done it with you before. Remember?
She's
Remember
so
that
lucky
time?
now,
I
man.
was
She
like,
can eat and eat and
once
eat
you
and
get
does
your
not gain weight.
metabolism going with a lot of plants, your metabolism gets really high, so you can have some like, you know, things that might be.
She loves potatoes, and you know,
I
potatoes can
love
put
potatoes.
weight on you, and she will not gain weight now.
That's
I eat like
amazing.
potatoes, bread. Well, sweet potatoes are not really actual like starchy potatoes. They're really even much better for you. They have so much health. But regular potatoes are not bad. It's like what goes in potatoes people don't realize when you put the butter and like
And all
there was
that.
a video I think we showed last time where they were talking about the cookie with the insulin resistance. The cookie sugar is not great for you, but that's not actually what's causing the problem. It's the shortening and the butter and the fat inside there that's really, you
Yeah.
know. So like, you know, eat some potatoes, some cookies, everybody.
You know, it's interesting because that you're saying that, because I don't know what you guys think about it, but the myth that was pretty much provided to us is that calories count. Calories are whatever. I think from what I heard from a doctor, one of my doctors, he said that it's the nutrients, the quality of food that you eat.
Right.
You got to
eat
eat enough
vegetables-
calories, you know, or you won't
Yeah.
have energy. And people
Exactly.
that's what they do wrong when they
People
go
have
off
the
diet.
misconception that calories put weight on you. Calories don't put weight on you. It's the actual food that what you're eating put weight on you.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the quality of the food, really, at the end of the day.
That's what I
And your
love. You can
insulin
eat, like,
resistance and all of that.
you can eat so much when you do like plant and just potatoes and carbs. Like you can really eat a lot and not have to worry about it. Like I always say, like, you know, the Weight Watchers and things, we were all used to have, you know, at least like with me, I would try different diets and it was like, okay, I either got to eat no carbs at all, which was really hard for me, or you got to count like, oh, I had a cup of spinach, so now I, you know, I had a sandwich, so now I can't have anything for my next meal, or I got to eat something the size of a little pea, you know, and it's like those never last or sustain because it's like you still have to enjoy what you're eating. And that's what I think is cool about eating more vegetables, because you can eat as much as you want and not have to like worry about it.
Most definitely. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. That's what I learned, to just, you know, and as long as you know, there's home cooked meals, you know, because I think that's one suggestion that I can give, honestly, from my personal experience. Your home cooked meals, at least I know what's going inside. So if I'm eating beans, peas, onions, I mix it up, man. Saute. I like doing that. Put mushrooms on it, sauteing it, and then I eat, man. It feels great, man. You know, it tastes nice, man. You know what I mean? I don't need to show up at the restaurant. Now, if I actually go out and, you know, to a restaurant, I'll make a better decision on where I go. Something that's more healthy and everything. But no, if you're gonna be good, man, you know, it wasn't easy, man, not going to KFC and those places. You know what I mean? Because those are some of my favorite spots and everything.
Some countries now, they've got it seems like they get things way ahead of us. I think the United Kingdom is one of them that like in the KFCs there, I think it was KFC, I learned that they have actual like plant-based chicken over there now.
Wow.
We get the plant-based chicken nuggets, and don't get me wrong, a lot of this stuff is processed. So the true way to really get the full benefits of it is to go whole foods, go raw vegan. You know, the less cooked and processed food you eat, the better for your body. But you know, it's not sustainable for a lot of people who aren't used to just eating vegetables all the time. You know what I mean? If you're into it, that's one thing, but you got to mix it up with some potatoes and some carbs and things like that too. But they do have chicken nuggets and things like that. A couple of good brands are Gardein. If you see Gardein in Walmart, that's
Gardein
one.
meatballs.
Life, what was it? Light Life. Go in your grocer's freezer. Nah, go in your where in Food Lion did they have that, Jen? They have lunch meat, like smoked ham, tastes just like it. I made an Italian cold cut, I call it. I had a wrap, some of this meat, and some lettuce and tomato and onion, and threw some like balsamic vinaigrette on there. I swear to God, it tastes just like an Italian cold
Some
cut.
Hellman's vegan mayo for me because I love mayo. I was like, I did not want to give that up, and now I don't. Now this one, even for people that are like talking
That
about
tastes just like regular mayo.
cholesterol is high, if you change just your mayonnaise to like that, if you eat a lot of it or you use that in a lot of recipes, if you just switch over to that, it tastes and
it tastes the exact
even
same.
non-vegans agree.
I mean, I'm suspect. I'm like, wait a minute, how is this vegan? You know what I'm saying? Because it literally tastes just like regular mayo. The Country Crock vegan butter tastes just like Country. I'm like, okay, so what's different?
Dude, I had to call. We ordered from what was that? A Jamaican restaurant down here. They had actually one vegan dish. It was called curry chunks, and it was like tofu. And the way they made this, I had to call, and I'm like, can you make sure on my ticket that you guys gave us the vegan one, because I haven't ate meat in almost 2.5 years. I don't want to mess up because this tastes like crazy like it.
I told Queen and DZ that the other day. It was like little cubes, and I swear it was just like it tastes just like chicken cubes with curry.
I get General Tso's tofu all the time at the Asian restaurants, and that is so good. In fact, we had it last night, and I've got some left over. I'm excited.
And it's bean curd, freaking beans. That's what tofu is. It's bean curd. That's all it is.
But I think we were talking about this too last stream, both with J&J and DZ. We were talking about how when you eat meat, like let's just say you get a slab of steak, you don't just like eat it, heat it up a little bit and eat it. You put like seasoning and like Outback seasoning seared. You know, it's how you actually make like even meat products that make them either taste good or not. You know, somebody that doesn't use enough spices, or you can not like a certain thing and then you can really like it based on that. It's the same with like the things that you'll cook. You can find things that really, like with your sauces, like if you're a big fan of curry, you know, you can use that and then put your like mushrooms and substitute stuff in there for your meat, and it really makes the difference. It's like General Tso's chicken was like my favorite.
Oh,
You going out, Jen?
Sorry, I think it's a car outside. We can.
yeah, it's very.
As soon as you said that, we got the cruisers down here, all like the old 50s cars and everything. So they're
okay.
Yeah, it's their weekend. So,
but oh yeah, you were going to.
So I was basically going to go ahead and wrap up.
Okay, I just want you to touch up on what she just said, Sister JJ. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Yeah. I was just going to add, it's so important. She said, on how you cook your food. It's so essential. Like you said, like you add spices to your food, and shout out to Anthony King. I think it's so important to just season your food, because that's going to keep you sane. You don't cook your vegetables like when I first started cooking myself. The vegetables with no spice and all that. I'm like, I can't eat that. You know what I mean? But I needed to learn how to kind of, do it.
What's up, AK-47?
AK-47.
Is there Aquarian Warrior? He says spices, or her says spices are all plant-based, so even the taste of the meat is based on the plants you put to it.
Shout out to Aquarian Warrior.
Yeah, that's so right. That is so right. Spices are all Exactly. It's just the way you kind of put it on and everything. So it's so important. And I think yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say, vegan sister J and J, and because we vegan knowledge, she brought up a great point there.
Yeah, yeah, and that basically, hopefully, we've helped some of you that are thinking about becoming vegan, have considered becoming vegan. Trust and believe. It just all you got to do is take a leap. All you have to do is take a leap, and your body will do the rest. It's just like fasting. When you get started doing it, your body will let you know, okay, yeah, this is where it's at. I love doing this. Your body automatically takes over. And the cool thing about fasting, if you're trying to burn fat, that is one of the easiest ways to do it. When you get your body, after 2 or 3 days of fasting, your body begins to automatically burn fat for fuel because you're no longer putting food in it. So it literally starts eating itself. Okay, I know it sounds gross, but your body literally starts going to your fat stores and using them for energy, getting rid of the fat. So you won't get hungry because your body is literally feeding on its own fat. And I'm telling you, that is one of the healthiest things you can do for your body. And then once you refeed and get back into eating, you go into it with a plant-based diet. Hey, man, you're going to be here for a long time. And not only that, you're going to have a good quality of life. It don't matter just to be, you got to have a good quality of life.
Said that he intermittent fast, and you can even feel when you do it. Like I fast a lot of the day, and that makes me have like energy to like work. I eat something in the middle of the day. I feel like now that I've been doing that same routine, I will get so tired. Like not if I eat some fruit, but or like a vegetable, but if I eat carbs in the middle of the day, because my body is so used to, okay, I eat and then I go to sleep not long after. It's like my body thinks that I'm supposed to go to sleep, and I'm like at my desk, why did I eat that peanut butter sandwich?
Woo! So this was a good stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining this stream. Everybody that came through, Queen Royalty, Danetta, Tap In, Self, Aquarian Warrior, we appreciate you guys.
Thank you so again much for having me on here, and thank you to New Media.
Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you, DZ.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure as always.
We're gonna go ahead and hit it with our intro. Give everybody some love. # New Media. Check out everybody's channel. Subscribe to DZ. Subscribe to Queen Royalty. Freudian slip. Subscribe to Tap In. Subscribe to Self. Subscribe to Brother Bartran, and above all, King Fuse Lit House. Subscribe to Vegan Knowledge to get that knowledge. She'll be doing stuff on her own channel soon. So yeah, I'm excited.
Most definitely.
So other than that, anybody want to add anything in?
Oh man, shout out to you, Sister J&J. Shout out to J&J VL. She always provides the best, content in regards to spiritual healing, healthcare, as well as vegan knowledge as well. Make sure you also like to subscribe to tonight's video. Like and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you share the video so that the content can go out there to the people that need it, and people that may nothing that may obviously look at it, and hopefully they learn something new and everything. So please,
that's always what we hope.
Exactly, you know what I mean. So it helps me, it helps everyone else here as well. So I'm pretty sure it will help a lot of people. So make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, and share the content.
Thank you guys so much for being here, and we are out.
Lord, do not forgive them if they ride on me. Playing for the sixer, but the five on me. Loyal to some killers, you can die slowly. It's me against the world, all eyes on me. No, that's no flex, no biggie. Junkies going dummy for their wet, no biggie. Steps to a jet, now it's jets, no biggie. Not ready to die, but this my time, no biggie. Lord, do not forgive them if they ride on me. Still playing for the sixers, but the five on me. Loyal to some killers, you can die slowly. It's just me against the world, all eyes on me. No biggie, going dummy for their wet, no biggie. Steps to a jet, now it's just no biggie. Not ready to die, but it's time, no biggie.
Hit that Kobe flow, every shot I take I hit. I've been on a road, 3.5 in my slip. Fast coming in when I hit everybody lit. I'm not no street punk, I got business, it's legit. Pistol on my hip, you could say I'm just a kill. She could be a bad bitch, but can she help me make a meal? Can she treat me like a king? Can she really keep it real? Living like a Navy SEAL, do it solo, who gon' squeal? Stacking racks, that's my skill, and I love to count my tear. At my house on the hill, feel like we dying just to live, down. Feel like we dying just to live. To them it is what it is. Take a life and then go chill.